So good afternoon, everyone. So now it's
Good.
1:40, and I'm actually blessed to have my friend here, Ananais Ho. Okay,
Hi, everyone.
okay, yeah. So Ananais, do you mind to actually describe a bit about yourself?
Okay, firstly, I want to say thank you, Yong, for this interview session and all my mentors across all the investment community platform. Yong, he's a friend of mine, and we met each other in an investment course. It's a pleasure to actually add value to anyone that crosses my path in life about financial planning. So, okay, I briefly introduce myself. My name, I'm Ananais. I'm a financial fitness coach, investor, and a life insurance planner with Great Eastern. I've been with the investment and insurance industry for 7 years, since 22 years old. And prior, before entering into the finance world, I was a early childhood educator for 4 years in the education field at the age of 18. So you must be wondering, how come I changed my career so drastically?
Yeah,
So I
yeah, yeah,
started
yeah.
off with,
It's a big
yeah,
change, man.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. So how do I have this 180-degree change? Because I started off with, when I was teaching, I actually did some research about finance and investment. I realized that I would like to actually explore other stuff. And there's one case when I was teaching, some of my kids were actually ask me, "Hey, teacher Ananias, how come my parents send me to school early in the morning at 7 a.m. and pick me up at night around 7 p.m.?" Then it struck me the most because I told myself, do I have to go through this when I have kids? So I start to make plans and changes and learn about financial literacy. So I started out slowly with investment first, then slowly branch out to insurance, which allows me to synergize both elements harmoniously. And you must be thinking why. As a journey in this finance industry, I realized that people love to hear about investment, and most as a form of vehicle that protect your wealth in the long run.
Yeah, it's a good one, man. So does it mean that now you're actually venturing into insurance is actually give you more time and more freedom to actually do the things that you want and also account?
Last, I think, 7 years or more so, yeah, I've been actually able to juggle between my work, my career, and then my business and investment, and most importantly, able to actually spend my time, quality time with all my friends, all my clients, without any actually thinking that, oh, I need to rush for time. So time I could actually have the freedom of time.
I see. Yes, yes, yes. Because I personally also got buy insurance, right? But sometimes I will
Mhm.
actually check my friend, then some of my friends say, why do you actually need insurance? Like as long as we keep earning money, we save money, we invest it, we compound it, then we have the money, then we can actually encounter some emergency period. But do you think this is a good reason for them to actually not to buy insurance, and what is the main reason actually behind the thinking, and what probably will be the implication of not buying insurance?
Okay. Right. First of all, I put into context why insurance is important, because um, by protecting the downside risk is when you have diverse your unquantifiable risk. What I mean unquantifiable is your medical cost to the insurer company, and allow your upside gain in investment to compound without interfering the compounding process, which it should be taken care by itself. So by right, we should actually not focus on investment first, but focus on how to actually protect your wealth at the long run. Hence, let your investment combine by itself. So there are plenty of reasons why people are not adequately insured yet. So is it possible that I share with you the statistic in Malaysia of
Oh
how
yeah,
many
sure,
people
no
are not
problem, no problem. Yes,
covered
yes,
with the
yes.
percentage? Okay. Okay, in Malaysia, right, statistically speaking, there are only 50% of Malaysians are insured, and another 50% are not insured.
Fifty
And
percent
in
only.
the 50%,
Oh,
and the shocking news is that in the 50% category that are insured, most of them are not properly insured. So which
okay.
means they are underinsured.
Okay, so you mean that 50% of people who actually insured, they are actually not properly insured. They are
Yes, that means that, for example, they say, okay, I have insurance, but not knowing that they actually bought this plan way 15 years ago when the parents bought for them, and they say, oh, okay, I have already, I do not want to buy it, but not reviewing their policy. So it's like it's the same case analogy is that okay, you bought a shirt when you are at the age of 10, but you're still wearing it until you are 30 years old. Imagine you have grown up, you have grown in size, but your shirt is not grown. So you have to actually continuously review your policy. So actually the reason boils down to these few categories why most people do not buy or actually avoid, because first, they might have trust issue, second, budget issue, and third, last but not least, no hurry and not ready. So what the next question is, you were saying that what's the implication? What's the implication that if a person is not adequately insured without an insurance, that retirement plan will be disrupted due to escalating medical costs, and investment will be interfered from compounding safely. Family lifestyle will be actually affected due to unforeseen illness and sickness that leads to loss of income. And last but not least, which is the most severe one, will be household debt will be unable to pay off in the event of loss of income.
I see. Okay, okay. So now, like just now, the one of the reason that you mentioned is probably is due to probably budget, right? Probably the insurance
Yes.
might be expensive to them, a lot of premiums they need to
Yes.
pay, right? So I realized that
Yes.
outside, right, you have a lot of insurance, right? They actually offer you some premiums, but as us,
Okay.
right, a customer, right, how do we know that we are actually properly insured, and how we actually know that we're actually not overpaying premiums?
Okay, all right. For this context, right, every insurance planning, right, is actually uniquely designed for each individual based on their first age, second occupation, third lifestyle, fourth medical history background, fifth financial health. That means how much debt they have, how much asset they have, and sixth budget. So these six elements has already make it so complex that all right, the rule of thumb of whether you are not overpaying your insurance is to take 10% of your annual income, and that's for the insurance premium. So that's the actual rule of thumb. But it is also very subjective to say that, okay, if you are overpaying your insurance, because insurance works differently in every junction of your life. So is it okay that I share more? How does it work every junction of our life?
Yes, okay, okay. Please go on.
Okay, okay, all right. So as okay, I put a scenario in our walk of life when we were born, from being a child until adolescence. Our parents actually bought a minimum life and medical insurance for us for basic protection. All right, and then once we actually move on to be a working adult, you start to get yourself a higher life insurance and critical illness coverage, because this is your prime age where you start to accumulate more wealth and your earning power is higher. Imagine you are you have actually a money machine, printing money machine. How much will you take money actually to insure this money making machine? How much will you actually put? Is that a price? If you have a money making machine,
Yes.
so how much will you put inside? It's an analogy. We won't know
Um,
the price, right? Because
yeah, we wouldn't actually know the price.
so, yeah, because you know what? Because that money making machine gives you unlimited or maybe monthly income for yourself. So you put yourself as a money making machine, your asset. So how much will you insure yourself? So because we are in a prime age as a working adult, at this phase of life, right, the life insurance acts as an income replacement protection and a wealth protection, just in case you fall sick and get ill.
I
What's
see.
the between income replacement protection is whereby your income actually comes in on a monthly basis. If something happened to you, the insurer actually can cover you, give you one lump sum of maybe 500,000 to compensate your maybe 10 years of your income, future income. So at the point of time, right, 10 years down, 10 years of your income, you already get 500K from insurance company. So you wouldn't have actually have any issue thinking, oh crap, I have not enough of money now, how, this and that. That is for income protection. Wealth protection is whereby your overall savings or EPF, you don't need to liquidate it. You can let your wealth compound. So that's the difference between income protection and wealth protection. And last but not least, okay, from working adult let's move on to retirement. And retirement, the life insurance and critical illness coverage, when you have bought long time ago, and now it acts as a legacy inheritance. So legacy inheritance, it means that this sum of money, right, if you're not around, this money you'll pass on to your next generation. And it also acts as a debt reduction, because when you reach retirement age, you feel that, all right, I don't want to have much more debts. I want to pay down my housing loans, this and that. So inside the cash value that's in the policy, you can take it out and pay down the debt, which you have saved in your insurance policy.
I see. So far across your customers, right? Like so far in your career, right? So what do you think that people are actually focusing on more? Would they actually focusing more on income protection, or probably wealth protection, or probably protect for their retirement?
Okay, I think for my customer base, I have a mixture of three categories, and my biggest pool is actually working adult, because that's my age. I'm 28 this year, and I have friends who are in their mid 30s or late 30s, or as young as actually mid 20s. So actually are working. So I would actually propose to them about income replacement protection and wealth protection, because at this age, right, they have started to investing, and then I told them, at my junction also, I actually well insured, and I want to let my investment compound further. So actually, before I share to them, I told myself I'm a really live example. I got myself properly insured and I share to you. And I also doing investment as well, so both go hand in hand. And as well, I have another group of customer which is much younger, which is actually, you'll be actually surprised. They are not even born yet. They are only like 16 weeks in the mummy's stomach.
Yes.
So they also actually can get insured. So before they are born, right, they're already covered. So in the event that if this family, touch wood, if the mom has miscarriage, at least the mom actually can claim a certain amount of money to actually do the surgery, or when the child is born, they have this congenital disease.
Yes.
The kid also covered with medical coverage, which is very good. Not the last time, when the baby is born, only you can get it covered. And last time, when the kid have any like Down syndrome or learning disabilities, they are not entitled to actually medical coverage. But now, when the baby is not even born, they are covered already. So basically, your risk is all covered all the way,
Wow,
as
so
young
means that,
as 14 weeks.
wow, so means that even if you're not born, also you're already covered, right? Wow. So it's like a game changer. Last time,
Yes. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, continue.
yeah. So you mean that last time it only starts when we are actually born, right? But now you say that, wow, even if our child, hasn't even been born, we can actually buy insurance for them.
Yes, there is already. And then now there's one of the products. Secondly, is that we're a product whereby the main policy bought it, and then the parents are covered without any medical underwriting, and the children who is actually not even born yet. That means still at the stage of conception, or not even happen in conception. Conception means that when the sperm and ovum comes together,
Yes.
they are even covered. So imagine like Yong, you are covered with this product and you buy this plan. Your future children are already covered before you get a girlfriend.
Wow.
That such plan actually is actually a game changer in the insurance industry now.
I see. Wow.
Interesting, right? These are the new things.
Yeah, I think like I know some of the athletes also, they even have their own insurance over their body parts as well. Like, or some,
Yes.
yeah. So I can see that now insurance already like evolved in a way that, wow, everybody can just simply protect in whatever forms that they want to have. Yeah. Wow. Hey, so that means right now, right, we actually have right now right, we actually have this COVID-19 pandemic at the moment, right? And it actually have impacted a lot of people, and their businesses probably going close down soon, and people losing jobs, right? So what do you think that you can actually advise them about how to actually protect themselves, and what should they actually do in order to survive at this period?
Okay, talking about COVID-19, this crisis, right? Or during crisis times like this, we should actually already have a proper emergency fund to tide through this period of crisis, and have already built multiple streams of passive income to stay afloat. By saying this is, when during good times, we should actually save for the rainy days and not to overspend and go into credit card debts. So besides from having a job as active income, start to plan and do a side business that resonate deeply with your passion and monetize it and scale further. Most importantly, save the profits that your business actually generated and reinvest the profit into your business or into other investment vehicle or how have higher insurance coverage to withstand any unforeseen liabilities against you. There are actually many ways to do about it. To put into a simple analogy is that when the storm has arrived, it is too late to build a ship and have a submarine in it. It is when during good weather you should start building a ship and have a submarine in it, knowing that the storm could arrive at any time.
Yes, which is very true, right? I think a lot of people actually,
Yes.
most of the time, they're actually unprepared, during crisis, when things are not
Yes.
happening,
Yes.
then they just like take it for granted, But when things
Yes.
actually
Yes.
arrive, right, well, most of us will be actually unprepared and we actually start to get panic, which will actually cause
Yes.
a lot of things to happen, like depression, anxious to
Mm.
happen, right? Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Correct.
like, Ananais, you actually mentioned that you're actually into investment as well, right? So,
Mm.
you actually invest in a stock market, right? So right now, right, as you can see, due to this pandemic, so you can actually see that the stock market has already dropped, since last month. They actually dropped a lot, and
Mm.
a lot of people actually mentioning that it's actually a good opportunity to actually invest in the stock market. So for those people who are actually still
Mm.
new to stock market, right, they actually want to enter
Mm.
inside, like they don't really want to miss this opportunity, right? So what are the advices that you actually like to give them in order to invest and take this opportunity to gain upsides from it?
Okay, what would I advise is that at this current period of time, it has never been the best time to invest in the stock market, as
Yeah,
most
yeah,
stocks are
yeah,
actually
yeah,
undervalued
yeah,
now.
yeah,
Right, right. You also feel that as well, right?
yeah. You
But
can see a lot of
must be
stocks.
must be careful not to get into value trap. To those that have been properly equipped for this moment, they really knew what stock to buy actually and which stock they want to invest. And for those who are new, right, firstly, I urge all of them to actually acquire some basic stock investment knowledge before entering into the arena of stock market. These are most important because uh, risks come from not knowing what you are doing,
Yes.
right?
Mm.
Secondly, is that if the new investors still want to invest, all right, to be on the safe side, you may consider to invest in an ETF index fund that covers most of the top companies in a safer way in terms of in the long run, because it's a passive way of investing and less risky compared to investing into an individual stock. And moreover, the fund manager will always help you to rebalance the overall portfolio that actually include the best companies in the fund. And thirdly, if you really want to invest in individual stocks, right? Since now you're staying at home, you actually observe what are the things that you have to spend. It's a necessity. I don't know. For me, okay, I drink Milo. I need to drink Milo. I eat Hapsing biscuits and I shop through Shopee or Lazada and I use what Visa, Mastercard. So these are the things that uh, is a necessity. That means critical mission products and services that you to how say in order to survive in an
Yeah,
environment that we are living in the house.
I see. I see.
So
Yeah.
that's
So
all about it.
I see. Okay, just now you actually mentioned about ETF, right? So for those who actually don't know what is ETF, right? ETF is actually exchange traded fund.
It's fun.
Okay,
Yes.
so and let's can you actually explain more about what really is an ETF?
Okay, ETF is a way that it's a passive investment management,
Okay.
and the active one is actually mutual fund unit trust. What
Yep.
makes
Yes.
both the difference is that active investment fund is that there will be a fund manager actively buying and selling. They have to because it's a mandate for them to buy and sell in order to actually prove to the client that they are actually working on something. But ETF is a passive way whereby the fund manager is very bored. They just copy the whole market index, for example, Dow Jones or SPY, and to actually follow exactly the index, and they don't actually always rebalance maybe every month or whatsoever. They maybe rebalance every half yearly, and the charges of it is very low compared to the active investment management funds.
I see. So for Malaysia, the example of ETF is something like KLCI, is it?
Yes, okay, KLCI is the index, but if you guys want to invest in ETF, right, I have found some which is actually under CIMB Bank, CIMB some ETF, but all right, for ETF in Malaysia, right, to sell, right, is very hard because there's no liquidity there. The pool of liquidity, that means buying and selling is not very fast, not very liquid.
I see.
So best would be actually invest in a market whereby there's high liquidity and there's a lot of buying and selling involved in US or in Hong Kong.
I see. Okay, so just to summarize what you mentioned just now, so the difference between an ETF and also the mutual fund is that mutual fund managers, they actually actively manage it, but for ETF,
yes,
the managers, they just copy the index and then they just create a portfolio and just directly copy and just put inside the portfolio. So they're actually passively managing it. So in return, ETF will actually charge a lower rate compared to the mutual fund. But in terms of a return, will ETF lose to mutual funds?
Okay, in history speaking itself, compared to ETF and mutual funds, ETF actually historically earns actually compound better compared to mutual fund. The reason being is because mutual funds, like, okay, when a fund manager buy in and buying in and selling out, they charge what fees? Brokerage fees. At the same time, they charge trailing fees. At the same time, they charge asset under management fee, whereby on yearly basis, they actually charge the fees to their clients. Whether market is up or down, they charge yearly 1%. So imagine when an investor putting into an active mutual fund, when they put money inside, they recharge them 5%. So on paper wise, the first year they already lost 5%. It's a lot.
Wow, just by charging fee itself already lost. Wow.
Yes, 5%. So okay, yeah, if you're lucky, this year they charge you 5%. Okay, this year itself did very well. Okay, you gain around 8%, 6%. So net will be actually 2%. Okay, next year if you do well, if you give another 5-6%, then you will continue. But most of the circumstances and market is so turbulent. First year itself, you pay 5%, you're already gone. You're already negative 5%. And if this year itself, the market goes down further, how much will you get charged? No, you are lost. Maybe this year you have the market goes down by 8%. So negative 8 plus negative 5% is how much? 13%.
Yes.
And on top of that, they charge you what? Management fee, 1% yearly. So altogether is negative 14% on the first year itself. So moving forward next year, hopefully it is a bull market. Then you can get back maybe 10%. Okay, 10% is a lot already. Okay, if you get back 10%, you're still actually in loss of 4%. So there's some mutual, most of them, they say that you only can see the money coming in around like maybe 5 or 6 years. Only good times. Bad time is worse because if this year make losses, next year making losses, you're actually down by maybe 20% already or more.
I see.
So actually, it's not the market turbulence. It's actually the fees that are charging to us. It's not aligned with investors. But for ETFs, right, the cost is so low. It's like for them to recover is faster in the long run.
I see. Okay. Wow.
That's the difference.
I see. Okay. So there's a great sharing about ETF and the mutual funds. Yeah. Yes. So okay. Right now, right? Just now in the previous, just now you actually mentioned about management, right? So as you can see from here, right, actually what I can see is that during as a year of 2019, right, there are actually a lot of people actually filing for bankruptcy, right? About 300,000 people actually filing for bankruptcy, right? And actually most of them are actually from teenagers, right? So what kind of advice that can actually advise to us, right, to actually how to actually manage money more wisely?
Okay, talking about financial planning, these habits actually should start when they are very young. Because last time when I was teaching young children, I actually teach them about mathematics. So I did teach them about money management as a side value because I like how financial management, so my kids will actually benefit it. So how my advice is that firstly, the government actually should include personal finance management curriculum into the education system, expose them about money management at a very young age, and know the value of money, on how to earn money, how to save, how the importance of insurance as a form of personal financial risk diversification, understand our country's taxation system, and last but not least, how to distribute their wealth through estate planning by writing a will and trust. So to have a proper financial planning, we must actually plan and follow thoroughly with discipline and consistency. So in the long term, it should be a good habit. And then to have a proper steady saving is that you must actually have a goal in mind that you want to actually purchase something or purchase an asset first rather than liabilities. And the goal itself, right, has to be so big, right, that it makes you want to save more. That's what happened to me when I was actually gearing towards getting married. I told myself, okay, this saving, right, is actually the goal, right? It's not just for myself, but it's also for my whole family. So your entire objective is different. It's no longer a selfish way of saving. Okay, I want to save money. Because I want to buy an iPhone. I want to buy a laptop. But you save money because of your overall well-being, like buying a house for a family. Save to actually invest for the long term, for your children's education fund, and for your whole family. So it's not more of yourself, it's more of others already. So the drive will be more sustainable and longer.
Yeah, because I realized that a lot of young people actually, as they actually like to actually spend something, they can't really hold into their instant gratification, right? They can't really hold.
Yes, correct.
Right? Like for example, if let's say they just get a bonus or like suddenly they have a huge jump in their income, right? As their income increase, then their spending is even more. They just keep spending on things that they don't want, right? And
yes, correct.
But as you say just now, we should actually focusing on accumulating assets instead of liabilities, right?
Liabilities.
Yeah, correct. So this is actually a very important advice. So to all of you, right? So who actually likes to buying stuff, like to go and watch movies every single time, or you like to buy things that you don't really actually need now. It's more towards the things that you want, right? Probably you should actually start considering on that, right? Because right now, at a young age, it's actually the time for us to actually accumulate wealth, instead of actually buying things that can actually satisfy us at this very moment, but actually not in the future.
Correct.
Right? Yeah. So this is a very, very important advice to each and every one of us. So So before we end our interview, right? So how can my audience actually reach to you? Do you mind to share?
Okay, you can reach to me through my Facebook as Financial Fitness Coach, or you can actually add me in Facebook. My name is Ananais Ho, and then actually you can chat with me to know more about financial planning. And you can actually add me in Instagram. My Instagram ID is actually called FinFit Coach. And then in my Instagram, I share a lot of about financial literacy. And I feel free to bump me up because I'm there to add more massive value to you. And I'm in this industry for the long run, together with my wife. Both of us are in this line together. So we will actually be there because we're doing this for full time. So if you have any questions or feel free to ask us. We have no issue to add more value to you in many ways.
Yeah, so actually Ananais is a very, very good financial planner. So later on, for those who actually are interested to actually want to know more and want to get in touch with Ananais, so later I will actually put at the link below. Okay, so if you're actually interested, you can actually follow his Instagram, as he mentioned just now, FinFit Coach, and also you can actually follow his Facebook page, which is Ananais Ho, right? Okay.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Ananais, for your very, very kind time to actually spend time with us here and share all your valuable knowledge, right? So I hope every one of us during this MCO, okay, we can actually get to learn some English to actually keep upgrading ourselves, right? Okay. So that's all. Thank you very much for your view. Okay, thank you very much, Ananais.
Okay, thank you, Yong. Thank you for the interview session.
Okay,
I'm glad. Yeah.